Hey, what's up, everybody? Jeremy Sutton here tonight. We're going to be talking about why you already have time to write your book. Okay, I'm going to back up a little bit. Maybe my head will be in the screen. Anyway, so we're talking about writing this week. So last night we talked about fear of writing and why you had time to, or why you shouldn't be afraid to write. And tonight we're going to talk about why you have time to write. Okay. So there's a few things that you're probably doing that is taking up your time that you could be writing. So I want to talk about those a little bit. So the first thing that you're doing is you're scrolling through Facebook right now, watching live videos or doing whatever you're doing. And thank you so much, Ashes. Thank you so much, Sarah, for jumping on it and watching this video, and everyone I tagged. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. But if we're going through and we're watching every live video, which, you know, hopefully we're not, then we're taking a lot of time. Like, so usually when I watch videos on Facebook is when I put my kids to sleep at night. And so usually that's from 7 to 8-ish. And that's really the only time during the day I watch videos on Facebook. I've gotten pretty good at not wasting a lot of time on social media lately, which took me a long time to do because you can ask anybody in my Smart Success PT or Smart Success Healthcare family, like, about a year or two ago, like, I was the first person to like almost every post. I was always on Facebook, and it was really detrimental. So if you're spending a ton of time on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, on social media, scrolling, watching videos, reading memes and GIFs and all that stuff, GIFs, whatever, you're wasting time that you could be writing, okay? So that's number one, is taking time on social media. Number two is, how many of you have watched the latest season of Jack Ryan or of new show on Netflix, Lock and Key, or whatever show you're binge watching right now? And I get it. My wife and I do the same thing at night. We watch Netflix, and but when it's time to do things that I need to get done, I get my laptop out and I do them. You know, and if I need to go sit in this room where I'm doing my videos, if I need to sit in the kitchen or whatever, put on earbuds, then that's what I do. And so if you're watching more than an hour of TV a night, then you have time to write a book. Like, you don't need to sit there and watch 2 hours of The Office. You've already seen it 50 times. Let Jim and Pam fall in love without you watching. It's okay. It's going to happen. Okay. They're not changing it. So that's the second thing, is if you're spending more than an hour watching television a day, if you're spending 2-3 hours, then you have plenty of time to write a book. You just don't want to yet. The want and the pain of wanting to see your words on paper haven't overcome the desire to do other things. So that's number two. Number three is, hopefully most of us get a lunch break. Maybe if you're a physical therapist, you're doing notes at lunch, which is, I mean, I know I did it for years and years and years. So, but if you get a lunch break and you have an hour, take 30 minutes and write. Take 15 minutes and write. You don't even have to type it or write it. You just have to dictate it into your phone. And you can go back later and print it or whatever you want to do. So just take that few minutes a day, your 15-minute break at work, whatever it is. Hopefully you don't smoke, but if you do, dictate a book while you're smoking. Dictate a book while you're chewing gum. Dictate a book while you're having a snack in the morning. Whatever you want to do. There's really plenty of time to do it. So let's just say you're a single mom, and I'm not a single mom. I do have 2 kids, and I've watched them by myself. My wife has stays at home with our kids and watches them by herself all the time. So, you know, there's times, maybe they're taking a nap. Maybe they're, you know, watching a TV show. You know, there's always times where you can't tell me as a parent you don't have time to, like, just kind of sit there and I'm not going to say zone out, but hey, what's up, Ray? Thanks for jumping on. But, you know, there's always time, or there's a little time during the day where you're just like, okay, you watch this, you know, mama, dad's I'm going to sit in the kitchen for a minute and read a book, or I'm going to go eat a snack by myself or whatever. Now, I know some of us don't get that, but a lot of us do as parents. Take that time and write your book. You know, maybe not every day, but maybe twice a week, 3 times a week. Take that time, and instead of just zoning out and scrolling on Facebook, dictate your book or write your book, okay? The next thing, I'm not a single mom, absolutely not, right? So the next thing you do is, and this is something that Dave Cheston said to me last week when I interviewed him for the podcast, is He got up every day at 4:30 and he wrote until 7. So he wanted to be a professional writer. So he started writing at 4:30 a.m. and wrote till 7 every single day. And his kids would get up at 7 or whatever, and he would stop, go be a dad, go be a husband, do the things he needed to do for his kids, help them get to school or whatever. And then he would start back in the afternoon and write some more. So you have to be committed. And so I'm not saying that, maybe we're not all trying to be professional writers. I get that. But if you have a project you want to get done, and you say, let's say we want to get a book written by May, which is very, very, very reasonable to write a book by May, and you want to get that done. So maybe you do get up at 4:30 for a few weeks. Maybe you get up at 5:30. Maybe you have to get up. Maybe you don't have to get up until 6. But whatever it is, put in some time and some effort to be able to write that book. Because if it's important, you say it's important, then make it look like something that's important. If I say my wife and kids are important, but every day I come home and I spend all my time in here talking to you guys from the time I get home at 5 p.m. till the time they go to bed at 7, and then I go in there and tell them I love them, and I come back in here and spend time until 10, until my wife goes to bed, then do I really love them? Are they really that important? If something's important to you, make it look important. Make it feel important. So if writing a book is important to you, make it look like it's important. Put some time down during your week. Schedule it out. That's another thing you can do. How much time do you waste by not scheduling out your week? This is something that's been hard for me. I don't like sticking to a schedule. What's up, Jason? What's up, Michelle? I don't like sticking to a schedule, okay? But now on my phone, I have scheduled out during the week when I'm going to have phone calls. Like, that's the only way I can keep up with it. What's up, F. Scott? That's the only way I can keep up with it, is to have a schedule. Like, I have scheduled out when I'm going to interview people for the podcast. I have scheduled out when I'm going to teach my students in Book Boss University. I have scheduled out when I'm going to go on trips, okay? I have all this stuff scheduled out. And Greg Todd told me how to do that. I don't like it, but it works. I'm starting to like it a little bit more. Michelle says she's a time waster. Jason says he has his whole week scheduled out and he loves it and he hates it. That's how I feel, Jason. Like, I love it that I know what I'm doing, but I hate it. Like, now, if I have a phone call, I know it's on my calendar on my phone. Like, every day I look at my calendar on my phone. It's like, nope, I don't have a phone call at 7. Nope, I don't have one at 7:30. Nope, I don't have one at 12:30. Tomorrow I have a call at 12. So I know what's going to happen, and I don't wake up surprised. And I love that. Because when you schedule things out and you make it look important, then it is important. And you're not surprised when you get things done. There's never a day where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got that podcast recorded, or I can't believe I got 1,000 words written on my book, or I can't believe I did this or that. I can't believe I helped coach this student. Today I got a book cover back and a book formatted back for one of my students. It's one of the things I provide, is a professional book cover for them for buying the course. And so I got that book cover back. And that didn't happen by accident. I knew it had to be done by today. And it got done by today because I had planned that out. And that's what writing your book looks like. Plan it out. That's why I preach. Brainstorm, do a mind map of what you want to write about, what you're interested in. Do that on the first page. The next page, okay, I figured out what I'm interested in now. Mind map everything you know or want to talk about or you think people would want to know about that topic. Okay, that's the second page. Next page is, let's outline every chapter you think you would want to write about that, okay? And then start writing. And it doesn't happen by accident because you said it was important and you made it look important. You made it feel important, so it was important to you and it got done. What's up, Amy? I hope you're doing great. So the only way things get done is if you make them important. I'm coaching both of my kids in soccer this year. So on Tuesdays, I don't plan anything. And on Saturday mornings, I don't plan anything because Tuesday from 5:30 to 7:30, I coach Jack's soccer team and then I coach Molly's soccer team. I don't know anything about soccer, but that's important to me. They wanted me to coach, and so I scheduled that. Saturday are their games. Now I'm going to have to miss one game each this year because I have a conference I'm speaking at in April. But every other game I'm going to be at, every other practice I'm going to be at, because it's important to me. My kids are important, so I make them feel important. I make them look important. I make everything they do sound important. Same thing with your book. If you really want to write a book, you already have all the time you'll ever need. Somebody told me today they were way too busy to write a book. Maybe you are. Maybe you're that one person that is. But the biggest cop-out on the planet And I didn't make this up. I don't know who said this. Maybe it was Josh Forty or Steve Larson or Russell Brunson or Greg Todd. I don't know who it was. I feel like it was at Offer Mine last year. The biggest cop-out is I don't have time. Ray, you agree with that? I don't have time is the biggest cop-out. We make time for what we want to make time for. Tonight, I'm preaching to y'all about time and not wasting it. I'm going to go in here and across right here. That way through this little wall is my living room and my couch and my wife. And I'm going to sit down with her and we're going to watch TV for a few minutes and just talk and hang out for 30 minutes to an hour. And then I'm going to get up. I'm going to walk across my living room and I'm going to grab my MacBook and I'm going to come back to the couch and I'm going to sit down with her. And she's going to prop her feet up on my leg. I'm going to put a pillow on top of her feet. I'm going to put my MacBook on top of her feet. And I'm going to write out an outline for somebody's book that I had a call with 2 days ago that I'd never talked to in my life until 2 days ago. I'm going to write out an outline for his book and I'm going to send it to him because I told him I would. And then after that, somebody else that I'd never talked to in my life today sent me his entire first chapter of his book, his intro, his outline of his book, and said, hey, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Send it back. And then I'm going to do that and I'm going to send it back to him because I told him I would. It's important. And I've got plenty of time because we're just going to be sitting on the couch watching TV anyway. Probably not even going to be talking. We're both tired. It's the end of the day. It's almost 9 o'clock here. It's like we're ready to wind down. But I got a couple of things I need to get done. And while we're sitting there and watching TV and it's mind-numbing anyway, I'm not thinking about it, I'm going to be doing the work that I need to get done so somebody else can get the work done that they need to get done because I said it was important, they said it was important, and we're making it important. So schedule things out. Stop wasting time on Instagram, Facebook, social media, whatever. Stop watching more than an hour of television a day. Stop scrolling through your phone at lunch or doing whatever you're doing, okay? Spend time doing the things that are important, whether that's writing a book, creating a course, building a business, interacting with your family, okay? I'm not saying that writing a book's the most important thing all the time. Some days, all days, my families are more important than books, okay? Every day. But my family also understands that I help people write books and I help people as a physical therapist. So sometimes I have to do those things first so I can spend time with them. Sometimes we have to work hard so we can enjoy life, okay? So when that has to happen, I do that. And when it's time for family time, I do that. So you have plenty of time to write a book. Stop saying you don't have time, okay? If you don't have time and you really feel like that, please send me a message. I would love to see what your schedule looks like. Because I promise you it's not any busier than mine, than Ray Bertinelli's, than Amy Caparosi, than Jason Wright, than Greg Todd, than Alex Engar, Will Boyd, whoever watches this video, whoever I know is a PT that's super, super busy, I promise you're not any busier than they are. And all those people I just named can write a book. Some of them have. So anyway, hope that helps tonight, guys. And I hope you'll tune in tomorrow night when we talk about writing some more. I don't know what the topic's going to be yet, but I'll let you know a few minutes before we start. Be about 8 o'clock again tomorrow. And thank you guys for looking and watching. And I'll talk to you then. Later.